Guys, I know I'm a day late again. My bad. Listen, yesterday I was chilling with the homies. We was having a good time. The day went past, but we gotta talk about the conference championship games and how both of my picks didn't win. So we talk about that, and then we do a little shout mouse after. You know how we do it. Let's get it. Well, as I said in the intro, both of my picks didn't make it. It was an interesting couple of games. I did not watch the Ravens Chiefs game. I was kind of sleeping. But I did watch the highlights. I did see the score, and obviously I wasn't happy. um, but I just like I was really, and I think a lot of us were really rooting for Lamar. I think a lot of people just didn't want the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because they didn't want to see Taylor Swift all weekend or 2 weeks. Because usually Super Bowls a 2 week wait. It's not gonna be next week. It's gonna be the week after, which was I think is it's the 14th. No, no, not 14th. Wrong month. It's the 11th. It's the 11th of February. So but yeah, man. Like the Ravens just shot themselves in their own foot for the most part. They kept the Chiefs under 20 points. Uh and I think did they not like the Chiefs? I believe scored their 17 points in the first half. Like you kept them scoreless in the second half, and you tell me you still could not win. It was a lot of mistakes. They stopped running the ball like what they've been doing pretty much all season. So that's a big reason. I always feel like do what you don't change up things. Do what you've been doing to get to where you are. Like that's what I didn't understand. Like watching all the highlights, uh, even like looking at the box score, there was like Lamar had 54 yards. They only had 81 yards rushing as a team. That's just not how they play, and it sucks to see, man. It sucks to see. I know everybody's just on this whole like, oh, we're tired of Taylor Swift, but it was just like for me personally, as a football fan, I just want to see somebody new in the Super Bowl, and now we got two of the same teams pretty much in the Super Bowl. Um, well, I guess San Fran, not really. They were in it what like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever they was in the last Super Bowl. Last time they were in the Super Bowl, but we already know the Chiefs are pretty much a staple in the Super Bowl. We I think we're all kind of just tired of seeing them. But hey, listen, they did what they had to do to win the game. You can't be mad at that. But and I do give the Chiefs some credit on a football standpoint. Is because like this was their first postseason where the AFC did not go through their home field. They went on the road and won 2 games. Um, and so shout out to them. Shout out to Mahomes. We were all talking about that. Like I remember at the beginning of the playoffs, they kind of went stumbling in. They weren't playing the best, but they played well when they needed to. So you gotta give some credit to that. Just a little credit on a football standpoint. Um, like I said, they didn't play great in the second half either, and then pretty much they ended up winning the game though. They did enough, kept the Ravens there because the Ravens didn't do what they did to get to the conference championship game, which sucks because I've been rooting for Lamar, as you guys have known. I've been stating how much I wanted him to at least get to the Super Bowl. I feel like if he would have got there, they would have made it, but I mean, won it. But hey, we'll never know. And as far as the other game, the NFC Championship game, now that had me more pissed off than the first game because the Lions had that game. They were up what 24-7 at halftime, and completely flatlined in the second half. They did get a touchdown late in the game. There was a play when they were inside the red zone and could have easily went for the field goal to tie the game and ended up going for it, not getting it, and it came back to bite them in the butt. It came back and bite them in the butt. There were some other things, obviously, that happened that caused them to lose this game. But San Francisco kept their foot on the gas, man. Like it was literally a tale of two halves. You talk about the first half, like I said, it was 24-7. And then the second half, it was 27-7 for the 49ers, pretty much in the second half, and it was enough to win the game. Like it was such a weird set of games. Now we have the Niners and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. The Ravens, the Niners and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And for me, like as just a football fan, um, the football fan in me, if I'm just not biased or anything, I wouldn't mind seeing the Niners win it. But because I'm a Cowboys fan and I don't want to see San Francisco win a Super Bowl, I'm gonna be rooting for the Chiefs. Straight up. I know people are like I said, tired of the whole Taylor Swift thing. We got it. We got you. But I would rather for the Chiefs to win than the Niners because like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. And we don't like them. So for me as a fan, I'm picking the Chiefs. To be honest, I kind of see San Fran winning this though. Like just on an honest, just on non-biased opinion. I think both teams haven't been playing the best in these playoffs, but they've been just doing enough to win. So it wouldn't shock me if this game comes down to like a last play or a field goal, goes to overtime. It wouldn't surprise me at all. There have been people saying that if the Chiefs win, Travis Kelsey's gonna get on one knee and propose to Taylor. It's this whole thing that people are doing. You know how people are. But nonetheless, man, it's as much as it sucks, like I said, to have literally both of my picks not make it. um, I'm just hoping for a good game. That's all I could always hope for. I feel like this time of year, the Cowboys never do anything, so I'm just always just hoping for a good game. When it comes to the Super Bowl, I feel like I never even have a chance, or us as Cowboys fans never even have a chance to like cheer for anybody. So we're just like hoping for a good game, or somebody in our like division makes it. We're like not rooting for them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. But something I kind of would have touched on as far as like the NFL is concerned. People were saying like how the NFL is basically like an entertainment league, which for the most part, I'm not gonna lie. Like they obviously the whole Taylor Swift thing they've kind of pushed. And I watched this guy named Shango. He's a big Cowboys fan. I've been watching him for years. He's on YouTube. Go check him out if like you just want some. He's honest. He's an honest Cowboys fan. Like he doesn't. As I said, most of us are like that, and I hate when people like label us as all just we just win the Super Bowl every. No, we most of us are real. We're realistic. We don't sit there and brag, about nothing. We know that the regular season is the regular season. As much as I like if we get a big win against a conference team or a division team, yeah, of course we're gonna get a little excited. But we already know our real season starts in the playoffs and how we flatline every year. But I was talking about he made a video talking about how the Cowboys seem like they're just like the money makers of the league. Like they're just doing it all for entertainment. They're not really trying to win. Jerry Jones, he's got that big stadium and all that stuff, and his main thing is to make money. Like he doesn't care if we win or lose, because regardless of how everybody feels about us, people are gonna always watch us regardless. I do feel like there's hopefully people who are just like they're tired of it and it's kind of boring to kind of just like wish our downfall every game. Like I have people who aren't even in our team, people who are fans of teams that are not even in our conference, who are just like, "Fuck the Cowboys," and it's like, bro, like what? Why? Like I get it. Like there are some of our fans are very loud, but most of us we've been real, at least for the last like decade. We've all kind of like accepted the fact that we got to show up in the playoffs. We got to make coaching changes. We haven't liked our coach in I don't even remember, probably since like Wade Phillips. Like it's been a while since I think Cowboys fans have legit liked our coach. No, we didn't really like Jason Garrett. We don't like McCarthy. Like we want these dudes gone, and then we give up people that help us. Like Kellen Moore. I still don't understand why you get rid of Kellen Moore. Talk about you didn't want to. The whole thing was why he didn't want to. He wanted to run the ball more or something. McCarthy said. And then you look at this year, and we didn't run the ball more, and it's like it's just the weirdest thing, man. And the fact that Jerry Jones is just cool with just us being the laughing stock of the NFL, because that's what we are, because you watching all these other teams. Like you look at the Lions, they were always kind of the laughing stock. Look at the Lions now. They'll be back next year. They got a good squad. They got a great pieces to build around and all that stuff. They'll be back. But you look at us, we're just a joke. We're a joke to everybody. And it sucks, man. It sucks. And like it was like, oh, we're running more. Like Pollard barely got 1,000 yards this year. Like it's he had 250 carries. Like we barely got over 1,000 yards. Obviously, like Dak was playing well, CD was playing well, but still, man, if you fire somebody because you said we're throwing the ball too much, and then you still don't run the ball, like make it make sense. It's the stupidest thing to me, but it's just it sucks. It sucks. I'm sorry. Like I'm not supposed to go on this Cowboys rant, but I just felt it in my soul. I just felt it in my soul, and I'm just tired. I'm tired of tired of being the laughing stock of the league when we have the talent to at worst should have made a conference championship or Super Bowl in the last at least the last decade. That team when we had I feel like our best the best opportunity was the year that quote unquote Dez didn't catch it. I feel like that year, if we would have won that game, I think we would have beat Seattle and at least made it to the Super Bowl because I feel like that was our best team. So it's it sucks, man. It sucks. I ain't gonna lie. It sucks. Real talk. It just sucks to be a laughing stock. People just like literally just make fun of us who like and it's like I feel like Jerry Jones really doesn't give a fuck. And he's always talking about he wants to win. Do you really? Like or do you just you like the fact that we've been a laughing stock of the league and you're just basically just making money? Because we get all these TV games and all this stuff. And like I said, we usually good for at least 10 to 11 wins. But who gives a shit when we go to the playoffs and flop all the time? And it's just like it's not fun. It's not fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun. Like I said, they're the only one of my teams who haven't even been to like a finals or like a Super Bowl like an equivalent, like basically any kind of championship. You know what I'm saying, like uh situation. All my favorite teams have at least been to like a finals or like a World Series or a championship, like anything. Like it's just like, bro, I just wanted something to cheer for this time of year as a Cowboys fan. Because usually this time of year, like the NBA still doing this thing. Shit, the Heat aren't even playing well for me right now. They're playing like absolute trash. They've lost like I don't know, like 7 or 8 straight or something crazy like that. And I'm just like, I can't even have them to cheer for right now. Even though I will say UConn basketball is playing really well, I haven't really been watching the games too much. The men are number one, I believe. Still, they should be number one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Heat have 7 straight losses. We're on this road trip right now, I believe. Oh no, we're not on a road trip. Well, I thought we were on a road trip. We played Phoenix last night, so I thought we were in Phoenix, but no. Um, but yeah, man, it's like this time of year. It's usually like the Heat and like whatever's going on with college basketball. Um, the women aren't playing the best, but they're still there. Like what I'm saying, like it's not like completely out of the realm of the being good or whatever. But I think my I'm gonna put in more of my energy and watching some college, which I haven't really watched this year. Speaking of college, they're gonna be retiring Brittany Griner's jersey at Baylor, which is well deserved. Um, but yeah, man, like I said, the Lady Huskies have been struggling. The men have been playing really well. I really gotta watch some more games. I've been kind of slacking. I've been kind of slacking as far as like as watching some college. The men are number one right now. We're 18-2. I've been kind of glancing at the games, but I really want to start watching them again because I feel like they're them in the even though the women are struggling a little bit right now, they're at least competitive and the fact that we have 4 losses already this time of year is actually kind of nuts. It's very weird. I feel like we haven't had a season with like more than like 4 losses in a while. So it's like weird to see UConn with 4 losses already in January. Um, but nonetheless, hey, things change, and I do like the fact that the women's game is getting way more diverse, and there's way more good teams and good players. Because as a UConn fan, as much as I loved seeing them dominate, obviously year after year, all the great players that we've had going through there, obviously Tarasi, Bird, Swin. Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart, Tina Charles, like all the homies, man. It's always it's nice to dominate, and Paige Beckers is a beast, but it's like it's nice to see other teams actually like and other players. There's other great players. There's always been other great players. It was just that the teams never caught up. But all the teams are here. Like, South Carolina's been doing really well all these years. Since Don Staley's been their coach. Of course LSU. Stanford's always been one of the top staples on the women's side for sure. But it's good to see, like, you see what's her name from Iowa. She's a baller. That chick's a beast. Caitlin Clark. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Like, it's, as I said, it's nice to see some other teams, other players actually and having fun. What, Kansas State is number 2? Hello. See, that's what I have not been paying attention at all. That center. She's really good. I've seen her before. But yeah, man. Like I said, I enjoy the fact that it's, as much as I love UConn, and I've been a Huskies fan since like the '90s, since I started watching basketball. It's nice to see some other teams like actually play well and actually like win championships, and UConn's just not winning all of them, making the shit boring. I'm not gonna lie, it gets boring as hell. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all sports talk. I Even though I did see LeBron get hit by Dylan Brooks last night in his face. That dude Dylan Brooks is weird. But but nonetheless, I will say no. Let's do this. I'll say this. I do like the fact that he doesn't back down from anybody. That I do love and respect. Do I think he goes at stuff the wrong way? Yeah, I just think he goes at it the wrong way. Personally, it's like you're trying to be too tough, and you just make yourself look dumb. Even though the Rockets did win the game last night, it's still to me just really, really weird. Like, it's like, bro, like, you don't have to. It's no, you can be tough, but just not be an asshole. Like, you're literally just an asshole. Like, it's annoying, and I really don't like guys like that. It's just they're just annoying. And it's more for entertainment purposes. I feel like, but like I said, I do like the fact that he don't back down from nobody. Like, that's, I'll give him that. And obviously he got this little rivalry with Braun. So, but nonetheless, yeah, that's enough for the sports talk. We'll come back with something else. I kind of want to talk about the Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion thing. I kind of want to talk about it. Like, it's been interesting. But yeah, I'll be right back. Now, this is a little different for a topic for me. I usually don't like cover like beefs and all that stuff, but I feel like it's been all over the internet, and I kind of have to say something. Like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of music. And as a woman myself, I've always liked I will say, as much as I feel like a lot of the female rappers that are out today are kind of like not the best. I will say it's nice to have a collection of them. Like, there's more than just like two or three. I say the same thing about wrestling too, because if you were like a '90s kid in like early 2000s, late '90s, like, there weren't many other women wrestlers than Trish and Lita, and then everybody else was there to just look pretty. Like, it was just like, it was a little annoying. And I will say that, as much as I love Trish and Lita, they're two of my favorites of all time. But like the WWE, there's so many women wrestlers now, which is really, really nice. I don't watch it nowhere near as I used to. Like, I'll pay attention to little things online or anything, here and there, but um I don't watch it like I used to, but I do notice that it is like there's like a whole women division now, which is nice. It's nice to see. But back to the music thing, which is kind of, I guess it's kind of the same thing. I just feel like women in general, especially in entertainment, it's nice to see some variety. Um, for me, I've never been the biggest Nicki Minaj fan. I've always like enjoyed like few songs here and there. Um, I don't know. I've never found her like, I know she has her fan base, the Barb's and all this stuff, and but I don't know. I always found something off about her. I feel like obviously she sells records, obviously. um but I don't know. I've never really found her like when I listen to music, I usually don't like I have a few favorite artists, but I don't really have people I stan like I would like some people will just like kill and go to bat for. Uh, but I just I've never been a huge fan. Look at Stallion. I've always enjoyed her aesthetic. Um, I just feel like she's honest. I feel like what she's like recently too with her music, some of her music, she's been really honest about like mental health and all that stuff like that, which has been it's been refreshing. It's been refreshing. Like I enjoy Cardi B a little bit. Like I enjoy some of the female rappers, man. But I'm an old school person. Like I'm like Queen Latifah is probably my favorite female rapper all the time. Probably Missy Elliott's a very close second because I love Missy. Um, Lil Kim, obviously too, Foxy Brown, all the peeps. You know what I'm saying? Back from the '90s, you know, '80s technically with my with Queen Latifah as well. You know, obviously you gotta talk about like MC Light, all that stuff, Yo Yo, all of like it's nice to have. Like I said, now it's not to say it didn't have much variety then, but there was kind of like you have Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, I believe, kind of beefing, and that was really kind of it as far as like beefs concerned. I think MC Light and Queen had a little something going on. I think, don't quote me, but it's like the whole thing. Like I first of all, I loved the record that Megan dropped. She just didn't give a fuck, and it made me happy because she said what she wanted to say and got it off her chest, and she did it well. Um, Nicki Minaj's response though was very like childish and weird, and it's it's it was uncomfortable. Like it was just uncomfortable. And then the track she put out was not that good. Like it wasn't good. Like I can't say that. It just wasn't good. I hate to say it, and I don't mind the beef if it's tasteful. And obviously, people sometimes get personal, which is kind of the kind of main parts of a beef. But when you bring somebody's dead mother into it, like it's just like it bothers me because I've lost my mom and I've lost people in my life, and it's like you didn't even like you got upset because of the whole Megan's Law line about because her husband is a was it sex offender or something or whatever. It's just like you got pissed over that, and you're wrong for even being with the guy, having a kid by the guy, um, and then I feel like she just got upset by that because she hasn't really put out anything crazy great um in the last few years, even though like I enjoyed the Everybody song. Big reason why I enjoy it because I love the original song. I listen to Junior Senior Move Your Feet all the time. It's one of my favorite songs all the time. It just gets you hype. It's a really good song. And I thought it was sampled really well. Um and the song's not bad. Even though I feel like Little Uzi's verse part is kind of weird. But um but nonetheless, man, it sucks because they're always just trying to. I was beefs happen, we know that, but I just feel like they're always trying to pin women against each other, and it's just like it's just annoying. It's annoying, and I just need this. But I will say this: I love Megan's just not responding, not giving a fuck, and it makes me happy because it's like, bro, you're just like Nicki Minaj just got on the mic because I was just saying some nonsense for real. Her beef track, like retaliating to Megan and all that stuff. So, I love the fact that Megan's just like just living her life. She's doing her thing. Um, because I feel like sometimes people what beefs kind of happen is like when people are just literally spitting facts and you don't really have much to say about it. Like like the 8 Mile movie or like 8 Mile where he was like he's pretty much like talking about himself, and the dude had no comeback. He had no comeback. He literally just like um, said everything that he was going to say and said it right back to him. That was clever. That was very clever. I do love that movie. Um, but yeah, man, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't think I got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else. I mean, I could kind of continue the whole women in entertainment kind of conversation. Women in gaming obviously is something that's really important to me. Women in sports, um, but I've been playing games since I was a kid, and I always remember like just being the only girl, just uh that played sports games or around. Like I was had a lot of guy friends and stuff, and but and there was times when girls would get jealous of me, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want them. I'm just literally because I'm hanging with them because first of all, they're easier to get along with for the most part. That was my mindset at the time. They're easy to get along with, and we just talk about sports and video games, bro. I don't want none of them. I had a few of them I had crushes on, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. But but yeah, like I just always remember being the only girl with a bunch of guys. Like even when I was in school, I had a couple like female friends, but I feel like most of my female friends were friends of my cousins, and they had friends, so I was friends with them because that's my cousins. Like that was literally it for real. Um, I had a few, like I said, I had a few female friends who I remember to this day who are really good peeps and all that stuff. So, I like now I have a bunch of female friends. It's I can't even count. Like most of my best friends are women. Like it's uh like from gigs to Bossy Ash to Abby, like all like they're all the everybody like I have way more women friends now than ever before. And so so yeah. But yeah. But I think we just go end it. I started rambling even more. That's how I be doing. There's not much structure to this if you guys haven't noticed. I try to kind of structure it. I kind of like I said, I kind of just get on this mic and I just talk. But yeah, follow me on all the socials. Big Mama Stuff everywhere. Twitter or X, Twitch, Instagram. Follow me everywhere. TikTok is Big Mama Stuff _. We've been doing our thing with the TikToks. We're gonna try to keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. We try. But yeah. But I should. I'm trying to like get some more streams in. So come by to Twitch. We be having fun. I started Power World. I hopped on the train, so I've been playing a little Power World. Um, I want to do another playthrough of Detroit Become Human because I flopped so hard in the first run through where I pretty much got everybody killed or they were depressed near the end. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, come to the TikTok, follow me on all the socials. I should be back Friday. I'm gonna try to actually do it on Friday this time and not on Saturday. And the next week, obviously, we're gonna try to do it Monday instead of Tuesday, like today. This is gonna be the last episode of January as well. So see you in February. See you in February. Um, Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna try to watch a little bit more basketball, kind of, because since the football season is pretty much coming to an end, uh, we got other sports. Big Mama loves other sports, so we gonna do it. But I love your faces. Stay beautiful. See you in the next one. Remember to drink your water, check on a homie, and remember you're loved. Peace.